All right, let's jump right in. You guys ready for this? We're going deep on Doza Crew today. A whole stack of their lyrics sent in by you guys, listeners. And wow, it's intense stuff, German hip-hop, right? But not your typical, party anthems. This is some heavy stuff. We're talking post-apocalyptic landscapes, zombies, and this word keeps popping up, Nebel. It means fog, by the way. So what's it all about? What are they trying to tell us with all this imagery? The themes, the symbolism, and any hidden messages?
You hit the nail on the head. Doza Crew, they don't just use this apocalyptic stuff as decoration. It's woven right into the music. You know? Like, it's not just about cool zombies walking around in a ruined city. It's about what that kind of world does to you, to your mind, your relationships, everything.
Yeah, it's like even your soul is affected.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I'm getting this feeling of isolation. Like in Firebend.
Oh, yeah, Firebend.
And there's that line, Seelen schreien ließ im Chaos verloren. Souls crying softly, lost in the chaos.
Lost in the chaos, right?
And it's not just the physical world that's shattered.
Yeah.
It's like humanity itself is broken.
And the language they use. I mean, German, it has this way of adding to that feeling, right?
Oh, for sure.
Feierabend, it literally means end of the workday. But there's this, like, heavier meaning there, this feeling of something ending, not just the day, but maybe everything, you know?
Yeah, like something precious is slipping away.
Exactly.
And that feeling, that sense of loss, it comes up again in Ewiger Streifzug, another song where the world's gone to hell. There's that part where they talk about Hände greifen nur ins Nichts hinein, eine Welt aus Dunkel und flackendem Schein. Hands grasping at nothingness, a world of darkness and flickering light.
It's dark, man. But it's more than just a physical destruction. Ewiger Streifzug actually means eternal roam or endless wandering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like humanity is stuck in this endless search, right? But there's nothing left to find, no destination, no hope. And that's where the zombies fit in, I think.
The zombies, oh man, they are everywhere in these lyrics. Ewiger Streifzug, in fact, Schattenwesen. I gotta admit, it's a little creepy, right?
Well, think about what zombies represent. They're mindless, driven by instinct, no humanity left.
Oh, yeah.
What if Doza Crew is using them as a metaphor? You know?
A metaphor.
Like a warning about what we could become if we let the chaos take over.
Whoa, I like that. Because in Infect, they describe this transformation in detail, like how you become a zombie. It's graphic. And it's not just about a bite. It's like something deeper is taking hold.
And the word infect itself, it's not just any virus in German. It implies a corruption, a decay that spreads from within.
That's deep.
So are they talking about a literal disease, you think? Or is it more like a metaphor for, I don't know, something wrong with society?
Maybe it's both, you know? It's what makes it so effective. Like in Infect, when they sing, hang on, I wrote it down. Okay, here it is. Die Straßenlichter waren wie ein letzter Halt, doch tief im Herzen wusste ich, es lässt mich nicht kalt. The street lights were like a last stop, but deep down I knew it wouldn't leave me cold. It's chilling, isn't it? You can practically feel this thing closing in.
You can feel it, yeah. And then there's Schattenwesen.
Schattenwesen.
Shadow beings. And it takes this transformation even further.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just losing your body, it's becoming something else entirely.
Something lurking in the shadow?
Yeah, maybe a reflection of our darker selves.
Like they're saying the apocalypse isn't just out there, it's inside us, too.
Exactly. It's that potential for darkness waiting to be unleashed.
Oh.
And the way they use sound in Schattenwesen to create that creepy feeling. Brilliant, really.
That sound.
Yeah, all those noises, those, onomatopoeias like, woo, woo, woo.
War. Yes, I see what you mean.
It's primal, you know. It goes beyond language and hits you right in the gut.
For sure. It's like, even without understanding the words, you feel it.
Exactly.
And it's not just those creepy sounds. It's the rhythm, the beat, especially in Ewiger Streifzug.
Right.
Like, the music itself is marching with the zombies.
It's no less.
This feeling of being swept away, like you can't escape.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And that's what's so amazing about Doza Crew, right?
Yeah.
They create this whole experience with their music.
Yeah.
The sound, the imagery, the language, it all comes together.
Yeah.
And it pulls you right in.
It's like you can feel the Nebel, the fog, closing it.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, not just in Nebelnacht, but in other songs too, you know? It's almost like another character in the story.
Like a character, yeah.
Seeping into everything.
Like in Feierabend, they sing, Der Nebel kriecht herein, verschluckte die Welt.
The fog creeps in.
Swallows the world.
It's not just what you see, right? It's like a metaphor for how uncertainty and confusion can just take over.
Take over everything.
Especially when the world's falling apart.
Exactly.
And it connects back to that feeling of isolation and loss we were talking about. Like, if you can't see clearly, you lose your way. You lose your connection to everything.
That's true.
It's like the fog represents being lost, literally and figuratively.
Powerful stuff.
Have you ever felt that, listener? Like, the fog has descended on your life, and you can't see the path ahead.
It's a powerful image, that's for sure. Dozekru uses it to create this feeling of unease, like you're trapped, and the rules don't apply anymore.
And then there's that imagery of shadows, which makes it even worse.
Shadows, yeah.
The Schattenwesen, always lurking just out of sight.
They represent that dark side of human nature.
The stuff we try to hide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the way they describe them, kratzen de clown, scratching claws.
Oh, yeah.
And hungrig und erbarmungslos, hungry and merciless.
It's scary, man. It makes you wonder if the world really did end, what parts of ourselves would come out, you know? Could we hold on to our humanity? Or would we give in to that darkness?
That's the question Dozekru seems to be wrestling with. They're not afraid to look at the ugly side of humanity, the potential for violence and despair, even when things are good. But it's not all darkness, right? There's a hint of an antidote to all this chaos.
An antidote.
Yeah, and his music.
Oh, you're right. Even in this world, destroyed by zombies and fog, there's music. Like in Nebelnacht, when they sing. Doch der Beat, lenkt mich wieder heim. The beat leads me home again.
Leads you home.
It's like a path through the darkness. A way to find your way back to something familiar, something safe.
And it's not just about finding your way home literally. It's about finding a sense of belonging, connection.
Connection, yeah.
In a world where people are so isolated, music becomes a lifeline. Like, remember those lines in Feierabend? Seelen schreien leis.
Yeah.
Maybe music is the answer to those silent cries.
Wow, that's beautiful. Like, even when everything else is gone, music is still there.
It's a universal language.
It transcends the chaos.
It reminds us we're not alone.
Do you feel that, listener, that power of music to connect us, to give us hope even in the darkest times?
It's a powerful theme for sure, and it runs through so much of Dozekru's work. And what's interesting is how they use their specific style of music to do it. German hip-hop.
Yeah, the language is so striking. It's not just the words, it's the rhythm, the flow, the way they use rhyme and wordplay.
It's hypnotic, almost.
And to do that in German, it's not easy.
Not at all. They bend the language to their will, you know?
They really do.
They create this unique soundscape. It's captivating and disturbing at the same time.
It's like they're not just telling a story. They're building a whole world with their words and music.
Yeah, a world that's both alluring and terrifying.
It makes you face some uncomfortable truths.
About yourself and the world around you.
And maybe that's the point.
Maybe. Dozekru, they're not giving us easy answers. They're holding up a mirror to our anxieties and fears.
And asking us to look closely.
Asking us what it means to be human in a world that feels so chaotic and uncertain.
It's interesting, you know, how they balance the darkness with hope. Their music is definitely bleak, like you said. All these unsettling images, worries about the future. But there's this, like, underlying strength, too. This feeling that humanity can survive even when things are really bad.
That's what makes it so good, I think. They don't shy away from the tough stuff. The questions we all have, the truths we don't want to face. About what it means to be alive in a world that's, you know, constantly changing. Not always for the better.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, one of the biggest themes is transformation. We see it literally with the infect, right? People turning into something else entirely.
Losing their humanity.
But it's also happening on a deeper level, I think. A psychological transformation. Trying to survive in a world you don't recognize anymore.
Like the Schattenwesen.
The shadow beings.
They were human once.
Right.
And somewhere, deep down, there's still a spark of that humanity.
Like a memory.
Yeah, a memory. They're stuck between two worlds. Longing for what they've lost, but drawn to the darkness, too.
It's such a powerful image, like the struggles we all have inside, the good and the bad fighting it out.
Exactly. And it's not just about individuals changing. There's this feeling of society transforming, too.
Anxiety, yeah.
Reflecting all our anxieties about where the world's going.
The system's breaking down, people disconnecting.
Like everything's spinning out of control.
Dozekru's tapping into that, aren't they?
That feeling that things are falling apart. They're not offering solutions, but they're giving us a way to process it all, you know?
But face those uncomfortable realities.
And maybe find some comfort in knowing we're not alone.
Like, hey, we're all in this together, even if it feels like the world's ending.
Yeah, and that shared experience. Recognizing that shared humanity. Maybe that's enough to help us find our way.
Find our way through the darkness.
Exactly. And that brings us back to music, doesn't it?
Music, yeah.
Even in a world ravaged by infect, covered in nebel. Music is still there.
It's a constant.
A source of comfort, a way to connect. A reminder that beauty and meaning still exist.
Even in the face of chaos.
Exactly.
Dozecru's music, it's not always easy listening. It can be tough, unsettling, even disturbing. But it makes you think, you know? And it stays with you.
It definitely stays with you.
It makes you ask questions about yourself, about the world.
About the power of art to show us those dark corners of human experience.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with a question.
A question to think about.
What do Dozecru's lyrics say to you? Are they a warning? A reflection of our anxieties? Or maybe even a strange kind of comfort, knowing that we're not alone in facing these things?
Keep listening. Keep exploring. And keep asking those tough questions.
Because, you know, sometimes it's in the unknown that we find the most important truths.
Truths about ourselves and the world around us. It's like they're saying the world might be falling apart. But we can still find beauty and meaning in the chaos.
Maybe that's the key, right? Finding those moments of beauty, even when things are tough.
Exactly. And Dozecru, they remind us that art can help us do that.
Yeah, art can be a lifeline. It can give us a way to express those feelings, the stuff that's hard to put into words.
And connect with others who feel the same way.
Connection, yeah. That's so important, especially in a world like the one they describe, where everyone's isolated and afraid.
Music, in particular, has this power to break down those barriers, to bring people together.
Which is universal language.
Exactly. You don't have to speak German to feel the emotion in Dozecru's music.
It goes straight to your soul.
Yeah.
So listeners, if you're feeling lost or alone, or just overwhelmed by the state of the world, remember that art can be a source of comfort and strength. It can remind you that you're not alone, and that even in the darkest times, there's still beauty to be found.
And hope.
And hope.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Dozecru's world. It's been
intense?
Rewarding.
Rewarding, yeah. Their music is definitely challenging, but it's also incredibly powerful and thought-provoking, and we hope it's given you something to think about.
Something to think about, for sure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep listening, and keep those headphones ready for another deep dive.
See you next time.